The world is littered with inventions that everybody said was impossible. So everybody said would never happen. From times past to times present, even in the future. There are many inventions that everyone said was impossible, yet they're here. The graveyard is where dreams go to die. There are many people who had dreams. There are many people who had goals that they didn't even try, or they second guessed themselves because they didn't go for what was seed this for this from the seed that was planted in them. I guess some seed fall by the wayside. I guess for the things that are around us, the good seed is planted in good soil. By that case, what's the soil? Soil is your mind and what you're willing to accept. When you look at it, you ask yourself, everything that is around you came from this earth, the inventions. But did it? Or did it come from the mind of the individual that believed that they can do it? Two verses that I really like in the Bible. And I feel like, these verses are, something that really sticks with people. This is Mark 9, chapter 20, or Mark chapter 9, 23. Jesus said unto him, if thou canst believe, all things are possible to him that believeth. You go back over to Mark chapter 19, 26. But Jesus beheld them and said unto them, with men, this is impossible, but with God, all things are possible. You think to yourself, all things are possible with God. With man, it is impossible. And if thou canst believe, all things are possible to him who believes. It's not just saying that you believe that you can do something. It's about the marriage between the thought and the feeling and then the action that is put behind it. A lot of times back in the day, we would get high. We would be smoking and we talk about all of the different things that we would have to achieve, that we would want to achieve. All of the different goals and the ideas of coming up with this and coming up with that. And they would just, vanish because we were just talking while we was getting high, but we didn't put any action behind it. We thought that we could do it because we had the thought. We believed that we could do it because, we knew our abilities, but there wasn't any action that was backing it up. Only laziness. But then there are some individuals that aren't lazy, that are trying. Some of you out there are really trying really hard to achieve your goals and to achieve your dreams. And it's frustrating you. But it can be frustrating, right? And then you have somebody you want to tell about your dreams because you're excited. And this is somebody that's close to you. And then you tell them about what you want to achieve and they say, that'll never work. And you go, well, maybe you're right. And then you give up. Next thing you know, you see your idea working through someone else. I believe ideas, they fall down from heaven. I believe that, these are gifts that God gives to us. I believe that, when you have an idea to achieve something that can advance society, that can and help out your fellow man, help out God's other children, I believe that comes from God. But what are you going to do with it? And if you're not going to do anything with it, then who's going to do anything? Now, there's no doubt in my mind that there are individuals that have desires that are wicked and that are evil. One thing I can't stand is the bearing of the false witness of individuals just because they have money and they say this person is evil because of this person is evil because of that. And just because they have dollars and cents doesn't make them evil. Doesn't make them saints. It doesn't make them evil. It's just fools believing the falsehood that the media and that the social media and that the government puts on the people. Tax the rich. All that other BS. And that's what it is. Everybody on this earth is attempting to get rich in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Yet when someone gets there, you want to point the finger at them as if they did something evil? No, that is you who are evil. I'm not going to get into, even the meaning of the words. But what I will tell you is that all things are possible to him who believes. When you put negative things behind I am, then you're going to have negative results because God shall not hold you guiltless. But just because you tell someone your dream and they say that it can't be achieved, does that mean that you ought not to tell them your dream? I mean, Joseph, he told his dream to his brothers. And you see what he went through. And sometimes people want to say things like, all right, well, Joseph went through all of these trials and tribulations. That's why you're not supposed to tell your dreams to everybody. But this is not necessarily true because that's what kickstarted his dream. Don't be afraid to tell your dreams to people of what you want to achieve or what your goals are. I get it. You don't want to cast your pearl among swine. But at the same time, understand that there are things that are for you that God has put here for you to do. And you'll have that desire and you'll do it with good work, pleasing God by helping out his other children. Benefit society. Don't live all your life just trying to accumulate money. And then when you look at the end of your life, you don't have anything to show for it. People talk about the Rothschilds and people talk about, Bill Gates, and people talk about all of these individuals, but these individuals provided for their own. They aren't worse than an infidel. This is God's word, not no hustle. I'm just telling all of you. Don't allow individuals to make you think that you can't believe. Stop listening to man, because with man, it is impossible. When you tell someone your dream, if your dream is that big, are you going to sit and allow the fact that you can dream better than this individual or further than this individual, or that you can go and have a desire to go further than this individual? Are you going to allow that to keep you from moving? Are you going to depend on man to achieve your dreams? Or are you going to depend on God, who's going to guide you every step of the way? Just so long as you ask him. Just so long as you believe, because all things are possible to him who believes. And yes, all things with God, all things are possible.